As I can see, the hill is pretty steep and I don't have hiking shoes on. So if you don't have hiking shoes when you're walking on steep hills, you can slip and fall. So I'm not gonna go down to the lake as I initially had planned. So let's head back up to Rock Pile Road. So now we're going to continue our journey on Rock Pile Road, going westbound around the lake. Well, just outside of the parking lot, there's like to be another vista point where there's another parking lot. It's called Little Flat. So let's check it out. Yes, this is indeed another vista point where you can park and take photos and videos of the lake and the mountainous redwood trees. Also, I believe this is of interest to a trailhead. We'll show you in a minute. So yes, as you come towards the end, the north tail end of the Vista Point parking lot, you will see spectacular views of the lake, just like you would on the south end of the bridge. This is kind of like the north end of the bridge. They have another Vista Point here, and again, this is where you can really enjoy some amazing views of the lake. So yes, this is the beginning of a trailhead that's gonna take you around the lake as well. So I'm gonna be on the roads that's gonna take you around the lake, but you also have the opportunity to hike on these trails around the lake. And here's some information before you begin your trail on the trailhead. There's some information you might want to know about the area and the trail. And don't forget the Visitors Center we featured in phase 3 and 4, where you can get more information about all of the lake, parking, trailheads, etc. So those of you that are into hiking, here's an opportunity to do so. Just make sure, as I mentioned earlier, that you are wearing appropriate hiking shoes, because if you don't, then you run the risk of slipping and falling on the trail when you're going up and down hills. And that's what the case you're going to find with many hiking trails. But the Vista Point, again, you park here and you can begin your journey on the trail. Now there is a parking fee. It says here it's $5 per day, so you just put your money in the drop box. I'll show you that here in a minute. There's the drop box. Because they do check. Rangers will come by and check, and then you get a ticket. You put it in the dashboard. So when the rangers make their rounds, they know that you paid for parking. So as we exit from the Vista Point onto Rock Pile Road, I see another sign there indicating the overflow parking area, which, going back to the other parking lot, this must be the area where there's additional parking, so let's check that out. So yes, there is a directional sign indicating there of the second parking lot. So let's check it out. So this is the entrance to the second parking lot, but as you can see, it's temporarily closed. But I want to nevertheless go inside and show you what the lot looks like, so when it does reopen, you'll have a better idea what the experience is. So as you enter the parking lot, look to your right and come to the edge of the lot, and that's where you'll see more of spectacular views of the lake. And also, as I mentioned earlier, that boat rental dock place which is on Skag Springs Road. So here's yet even more of the parking lot. So as I mentioned earlier, this place can get crowded on the weekends. So now you have a better idea. If the first parking lot I showed you right over the bridge is closed, you just come a few miles north and you'll find the second parking lot, which has more parking space when, of course, this parking lot is open. So as you move further inland within the parking lot, again, you're going to see more spectacular views of the lake. Really stunning. So this is the tail end of the parking lot. So you can see it's quite large, but again, it's important that you know when coming up here, you know, where your parking options are at. So at the tail end of this parking lot, you can see the other side of the lake, which I showed you when crossing the bridge, which again is stunning. Not as panoramic because there are some trees in the way, but nevertheless, you do see the other side of the lake. So as you walk around the parking lot, you'll see that within some of the trees there, it's shaded. There are some bench resting areas where you can have a picnic lunch and observe views of the base of the lake. So let's check it out. So yes, as you can see here, this resting bench area has or offers spectacular views of the lake, and it's shaded, so you don't have to worry about getting that direct sunlight as you relax and enjoy your lunch, if you want to have lunch, and the views of the lake. So here's another panoramic view of the lake from this bench resting area, and also you can see the first parking lot as well as the bridge. Now, to find this bench area, because it's within the trees, so it's kind of hidden from the parking lot. So you're going to enter the parking lot, you go all the way back to the very end. The upper left-hand corner, you'll find the trees, and you go within the trees, and that's where you'll see this bench. So that's the only way you're going to find it, because there's no directional signs to the bench from the parking lot. Well, I just found two more resting bench areas. That these benches are a little bit closer to the entrance of the parking lot. So as you're entering the parking lot, look to your left, and you'll find these two benches. But unlike the first bench I showed you, where it's at the end of the parking lot to your left, these are going to be halfway down through the parking lot to your left. So you see this bench offers another stunning views of the lake. Really amazing, but I got to tell you a little secret about finding these benches. And visiting lots of parks, I discovered that a lot of these benches with views of the water or the lake or the ocean, they're always near, let's say, the edge of the parking lot or the edge of the road. One way or another, they always put them on the edge so that you can observe views of either the ocean or the lake or the water or any type of view. So whenever you're looking for a resting area, when you're within inside a park or a parking lot, walk towards the edge of the lot or wherever you're at. And that's where you might stumble upon some of these benches with views of, I said earlier, the lake, the water, whatever, ocean, whatever. Well, within this particular area, there's even a fire pit. So if you want to barbecue and then sit on the resting bench area with spectacular views of the bay, you can do that as well. So this one I didn't even notice. So that's what I meant earlier. As you walk around, you get closer to the edge of the lot or parking lot or wherever you might be. Always go as close as you can towards the water. And that's where you're going to find these kind of amenities. So now we're going to continue westbound on Rock Pile Road as we exit from the second parking lot. So continuing our journey along Rock Pile Road, more spectacular views of the lake. Now, there's no immediate turnout near this particular area, but as soon as you find a turnout, you pull over to the side and then have your camera ready, because you're going to be blown away by all these wonderful views of the lake and also the hillside redwood trees. So here's a little mini trail just off of Rock Pile Road. So you can only access it if you're cycling or hiking, because there's no turnout near this trail, unfortunately. Well, as you can see, Rock Pile Road at this stage, right after you exit the second parking lot near the boat dock ramp, it's a little hilly, but I don't believe it's too hilly. So as you climb up Rock Pile Road, you'll definitely see more of the spectacular views of the lake, especially when there's an unobstructed view of the lake like it is right now. Sometimes there are trees between your view of the lake, but in this particular case, you can see it's just picture clear, unobstructed view. Continuing our journey up Rock Pile Road.